Okay, folks, we are live out at the Capitol Federal Sports Complex of Liberty, Missouri, playing in the Just Bats June Jam, a USSSA event at the AAA level. And my name is Robert, and I'll be with you for the length of this. Appreciate you guys joining us. If you have joined us online, give us a like or drop us a comment. We really do appreciate it. It helps out with our algorithm and all that good stuff. This Just Bats June Jam is a tournament, a baseball tournament it's a 3-game guarantee, so you have 2 games in pool play. That will help set the seeding for bracket play. There are 12 teams involved in this particular tournament. Of course, we have our 14U MacNSeitz boys, MacNSeitz Black, facing the Competitive Edge Vest. They are a team out of Platte County, just north of the river. And MacNSeitz playing out of Martin City, of course, with guys from all over the city. So vast majority of the guys, I believe, for Competitive Edge coming north of the river. And looks like the umpires meeting has already transpired. You'll see the umpires are here and ready to go early, which is fantastic. And, man, what a beautiful day for some baseball right now. Looking at low 80s, and that temperature will begin to go down somewhere in that 6 o'clock hour as the sun begins to set. Sunset not set for about, I want to say it's about 8:45 tonight. So I think we should get through this one without the sun being a huge issue, although you may see it over here on the right side of your screen where the first baseman, second baseman, right fielder, those kind of guys, they all may have that sun coming into play later in the game. So boys are meeting over here, of course, right outside the dugout, and now they take the field. I'll go over our starting lineup here, and we'll just go in order. That's leading off for MacNSeitz is going to be Grant Warren, followed by Alex Kilman, Tucker Lee, batting cleanup Parker Simons, Mason Gellender, Bryson Spear, Sebastian Wingrove, Paxton Crowther, Isaac Dixon, and Cooper McCown. He rounds out the lineup for MacNSeitz. Starting up on the bump for us today is Alex Kilman. Last pitching effort against the Inside Edge in bracket play on a Sunday, a very important semifinal game. He pitched a complete game. Didn't give up too many runs or too many hits, only had 1 walk, and so a fantastic effort for Kilman in his last outing. So excited to see him up there on the bump working for us and trying to get things off to a good start here in the Just Bats June Jam. I did get a lineup here for Competitive Edge, and I'll go ahead and list them off in order here just very quickly. Gavin V, Brody C, Mason H, Caleb F, Sayer R, Hudson H, Norman H, Brandon R, Tate A, Ben H, and Gavin S. So not too familiar with the Competitive Edge team here, and we have not played them this season thus far. And again, I have to caveat that myself and my son Tucker Lee just joining the team here about 2 tournaments ago. So warm-ups are all complete right now, and looks like Competitive Edge is going to have a little bit of music going for them here today. Let's get rid of this logo here, and we'll be all set and ready to go. Leading off, Gavin V. He takes that first pitch for ball number 1 up high. We are the home team, and so that's a good indication here. CE's up to bat first. And that ball gets through the infield, folks. So sorry, I'm getting a bunch of questions here just as we're getting going, and I think we're going to be about all set now. But leadoff batter for Competitive Edge makes their way on base, getting through the infield with a nice ground ball. And looks like they've got a pretty healthy lead over there. Pickoff attempt for Kilman, and that's a good scoop by Crowther over there at first. But a nice healthy lead over there at first base. Oh, and first pitch up for batter number 2. Kilman with a hit by pitch. And so 2 batters, now 2 base runners, and that's going to bring up number 4, Mason H, for the competitive edge. So MacNSeitz has an opportunity here with force outs at each base. Gonna have to ask these guys if they can point their speaker in a different direction. Foul this one out right side, out of play. So notably, Kilman, not one of those guys that's overpowering velocity-wise. Tends to have a pretty good pitch mix with lots of movement, and for really hard-hitting teams, sometimes that can be a little bit of an advantage. That one right off the bat, and it's going to be trouble as that one gets through. Oh, play at home, and he is safe. So some aggressive base running for competitive edge puts 1 on the board for them. Paxton Crowther really and Sebastian Wingrove out there playing second base covered a lot of ground but unable to come up with any kind of play. Unfortunate, and so CE continues with 0 outs. I got to say that last pitch that was hit and put into play, that's the kind of ground ball that we want to see. That was right off the end of the bat. Not over to his strong side, going weak side, and that could have been a potential type double play, but guys playing a little bit deep, and there just wasn't enough juice on that ball to get anywhere. So both runners go, throw down to third, not in time. And now CE will have 2 runners in scoring position on second and third. Nice curveball by Kilman for strike 1. Big swing and a miss right there. And oh, my apologies, folks. That was actually strike 3, so first strikeout for Kilman on the day. So that is going to bring up the 5-hole, and that is Sayer Rhodes for competitive edge. And Kilman with a beautiful looking pitch right there. Don't think we had our pocket radar up and running. But now we do. Little blooper over to first. It's in foul territory, but Paxton Crowther tracks that one down, and that's going to be out number 2. So now batter number 6 on the here early in the go for the first inning. That is Hudson H for competitive edge. Kilman misses that one just above the letters, a little bit high. And a nice looking adjustment right there. He paints that outside corner for strike 1. And now 1-1 count. Goes back to that curveball as he does so often. And tries to get him chasing one down, but did not go. That'll now be a 2-1 count. Pops this one up. Pitch is calling for it. Oh, and that one right off the inside of his glove. Lost his hat in the pursuit of that ball. And I think that kind of threw him for a little bit of a loop, but just was not centered shoulder-wise on that pop fly. And a lot of times when it's really narrow like that, you'll see a ton of backspin. And of course, that one hit the latter part of his glove, and it did. It spun right out. Puts this one in play right over to second base, and this should be good for out number 3. So MacNSeitz Doing a good job closing things out. CE leaves two runners stranded, but not before they put one up here early.
Who's the second baseman?
Sebastian Wingrove. So that was Sebastian Wingrove over there at second base, scooping that last ground ball up for the final third out. And that top half of the first inning. Really good to see MacNSeitz with that home billing. Kind of gives them a little bit of an edge there, as they can kind of do their best to. Well, you don't see that too often. All right, folks, and as you're sure you can see on your screen there, CE has taken the field. They are working through their warm-ups as MacNSeitz prepares for their first at-bat here in the bottom of the first. That is number 24, Ben H., up there on the bump for CE. So I did get a lineup here before the game for competitive edge, and it's, of course, just as you can hear, first names and a last name letter. And so MacNSeitz with a lot of energy here to start out of the dugout. And that is Grant Warren up at the plate. Now 1-1 count. Takes that one down low and caroms off the knee guard for the competitive edge catcher. Doesn't look any worse for the wear for it, though. Man, it's what a tough position playing back there behind the dish. Swing and a miss. And that will now be and a wild pitch right there.
Have you noticed that we've got some uniform confusion on the team tonight?
Yeah, I certainly did, and that is Delana Lee joining us here with a little color commentary. Swing and a miss for Warren right there, and he'll go down swinging. That's going to bring up number 4, Alex Kilman, to the plate. So obviously uniform and most team communication between coaching staff and the players here at 14U often handled without the parents, and always some bumps along the road there. And so, as Delana had pointed out, looks like at least one of our players ended up in a wrong color jersey. So Kilman now with a 1-1 count. And that's Ben H. with one a little bit high. Starting from the stretch right now. Yeah, nice looking block by catch right there, right off the chest guard. And Kilman draws a walk right there. So MacNSeitz with their first base runner on, and that's going to bring up number 27, Tucker Lee. Tucker been hitting the ball here pretty well here lately. See what he can get started for us here. Takes that first pitch down the pipe for strike 1. High fly ball, that's right side. It is out number 2, and they have an opportunity here, folks, to double him off, but Kilman is able to get back to the bag. It was deep, but the ball just carried a little too long, and right fielder almost came up with a snow cone of a catch right there, and that was good for out number 2. Makes a throw back to first base as the base runner tried to advance without tagging up, had to make his way back. Fortunate for MacNSeitz, the throw a little bit off the mark, and that is Parker Simons at the plate. Runner goes, throw goes down. That's a great throw, and they gun him down. That's going to be out number 3. And so a good-looking throw from the CE catcher. That'll do it here for MacNSeitz in the first inning. CE still up 1-0. Going to go on a short audio break here, folks. All right, warm-ups are now complete, and that'll take us to top of the second for MacNSeitz versus Competitive Edge. MacNSeitz will stick with Alex Kilman out there on the bump, and I tell you what, we've got a doubleheader for you guys tonight, playing here at 6 o'clock and then back-to-back playing at 8 o'clock. That'll be against the Midwest Rays. And a check swing right there, doesn't go. And first base umpire says he did not go. So that'll be ball 1. High fly ball left side. That one is a gapper. And that one is going to get over to the fence. It finds some green grass, and runner is doing well. Relay is just awful, and it looks like we're going to end up with a Little League home run. So MacNSeitz not doing a great job tracking that one down, and even worse yet, the relay just did not come through. So runner with good speed out there and doing a good job making use of a nice knock. That is number 9, Brandon R., and that was Norman H. with that great hit right there. Foul ball, that one left side and out of play. So Kilman a little shaky there early in the first with a walk and then a hit by pitch, but kind of pulled things around and made it out of the top of that first inning with just one run. CE quickly getting out there and putting one more up on the board here early in the second. Nice rip right there, but it is well foul. And batter will return with another opportunity, now on a 1-2 count. This one right up the middle, and a huge gap right there as the shortstop had drifted a little bit more towards third base. And understandably so, as most of the foul balls had been well foul into the left side there. So unfortunately, that one right up the middle, and he's up for a single. That's going to bring up number 12, Tate A, for competitive edge. Kilman missing outside, maybe just a tad low. And competitive edge on an attempted bunt right there. That one foul. So nobody down here in the second inning. And a pretty good lead over at first, but not necessarily outlandish, but Kilman looking to hold him on over there with a pickoff attempt. Fly ball left side, out of play. Ooh, strike three call. That's number 2 on the day for Alex Kilman.
Now batting number 24, Ben Horsley.
Question for you. When I hit strike 3, does it automatically tag him as a strikeout?
It sure does.
Thank you.
So not a ton of color commentary coming our way, but
Color.
runner goes, throw goes down, and the runner is up safely, no problem at all. So good pitch to run on with a breaking ball from Kilman. And so far, some good and aggressive base running from competitive edge. Ball in play, this one a ground ball. And that's going to be an infield single. Possibly could be ruled as an error. Big chopper right there over at third base to Parker, and takes that one right off the chest.
I clicked reached on error, so.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough to say. And that's going to bring up number 13, Gavin S. This will be the bottom of the CE lineup. And 2 runners on. Showing bunt, lays that one down, goes foul. So last couple of batters showing bunt and attempting. So what's really interesting about a bunt, especially when you've got runners on second and first, if you're laying that down that third base line, the third baseman's having to crash. So who's covering third?
Left field, or the pitcher. I don't know. Is it a pop quiz? I'm going to fail it.
Well, every team has a couple of different ways that they can do that. Possible turning 2 here, just gets 1. And so they do get the runner out at second base. Throw over to first, not quite in time, but MacNSeitz now with 2 down. So Kilman so far doing a pretty good job of one, trying to hold the runners, even though they've been able to have a couple of successful stolen bases, but getting a lot of ground balls with all that movement. Once again, this is the top of the lineup for competitive edge, Gavin V. And another one off the end of the bat down the third base line. You'll see as these boys get older and older, they'll start waiting just a bit longer, sitting a little bit deeper on those curveballs and off speeds, and able to drive through. This one a little chopper back to, oh my goodness, and misplayed once again by MacNSeitz. Oh, but a nice job. So
I'm confused. I don't even know what happened.
You don't, because
I'm looking at my screen trying to move runners. And
yeah, that's right. And so a little blooper over there to short. Runner goes just in front of the shortstop and kind of obscures his view a little bit. So he's not able to come up with the ball in the air. And, of course, with that ball in the air, the runners who had pretty good leads and whatnot, and then off of their secondary leads, once the ball is put in play and in the air, they're typically going right back to the bag because they don't want to get doubled off, right? And so, unfortunately for competitive edge, their runner that was over on second base did not get back, and shortstop makes a throw over to second base, and they double him off. Well,
single him off. Is that a thing?
No.
No, they got him out. They threw him out.
Out number 3, and MacNSeitz gets out of another tough inning, but not before competitive edge puts 2 more up on the board.
Oh, they did score there. Okay, because wait. Are you sure you want to change their score? Yes. Okay. This is sad how bad I am at this.
It kind of helps keep me grounded a little bit in what the pitch count is and so on and so forth. So, kind of sharing some of the duties. It's kind of throwing me for a little bit of a loop, but
if you could just keep track of the cameras, that'd be great. Okay, like change the cameras as the action happens.
Yeah, that probably would be good, wouldn't it? Let's see what I can do here. There we go.
I mean, get on it. You have one job now besides talking, commentating.
Just one job. Pretty simple.
Just one job, talking. Well, you're keeping stats on paper. You're looking at I don't know. You got a lot going on. Okay, let's hope that the person at bat is Parker Simmons because he didn't finish his at bat, correct?
That is correct, and that is number 27,
look at
Parker.
That. Look at that. I got it right. Heck yeah. Nice. Oh, he got it.
And no luck there for Parker with a hard line drive right at the third baseman. So
Dang
one
it.
pitch and one out, and I'm sure he's going to wish he had that one back. But tell you what, Parker with a home run straight deep center in our last matchup. That was against Inside Edge out there at Tiffany Hill Springs.
That was a beautiful hit. Beautiful home run.
No doubt about that. And then up at the plate right now, that is number 5, Mason Gellender. So you see, he got a little bit deeper on that back knee right there as he's trying to make that adjustment on the curve or the off speed, whatever it may have been. It could have been a changeup, I believe. So that pitch coming in 68 miles an hour. Fastball right down the pipe and a swing and a miss. That'll be now a 1-2 count. That one missing inside, maybe just a bit high. And that one missing just above the letters as well. And Gellender draws a walk right there, and that'll give MacNSeitz another base runner. Just second one for the game thus far. And then now up at the plate, that'll be number 3, Bryson Spear at the plate. Swing and miss, chasing that one up just a little bit high. May have done Ben H. up there on the bump a little bit of a favor. And strike two call, that one over the outside corner. And now Spear down here quickly on an 0-2 count. And strike three call. Spear goes down looking. And I tell you what, that has been one of MacNSeitz' Achilles' heels. And a near miss right there. That is number 10, Sebastian Wingrove at the plate. Nice little knock. That's going to get down.
Get down.
And that will be good for a single.
Yay. Good job. Good job. There's my commentary. Yay. I can't yell because I have this microphone stuck in front of my face, so otherwise I'd be yelled, yeah. This is why I just stay on mute. Goodbye.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Well, with all that, Paxton Crowther now at the plate. Paxton, one of 3 left-handed bats on the lineup. Also a switch hitter. So at times, MacNSeitz with as many as 4 left-handed bats in the lineup. Swing and a miss right there, and I don't know that Paxton was actually seeing the ball too well right there, but he steps out, kind of resets, and now he's climbed back in the box ready to go. And a strike three call. Nice looking curveball right there, and another batter goes down looking. MacNSeitz will leave 2 stranded out there on first and second base, and Competitive Edge still enjoys a 3-0 lead. Well, a short audio break here, folks. Appreciate you guys joining us. Don't forget to like the video and drop us a comment if you'd like. All right, folks, and we are going to be moving into top of the third. Classic for you there in between the innings, Sweet Caroline.
I mean, is that a baseball song?
Very much so.
Is it?
Played all over the country.
All over the world, probably.
If you watch a game here or there,
oh God,
you might
I've
catch
never
it.
done it, so I wouldn't know. I've never watched a baseball game.
Ball in play. This one's going to get through the infield, and that is going to be a leadoff single for Competitive Edge.
Doggone it.
So that'll bring up Mason H. for Competitive Edge, and for the 3rd inning in a row, leadoff batter making his way on base. Tell you what, this score could be significantly different had MacNSeitz not come up with some pivotal outs here at different junctures. Runner goes, throw goes down, and that is not going to be in time. Little off the mark, but Kilman does get the strike. So I haven't mentioned it as of yet, but that is Isaac Dixon there behind the dish. Oftentimes, Bryson Spear tends to be there behind the home plate, and he's had a little bit of an arm issue here lately, and so he's catching a break right now. Second baseman calling for the out, and that'll be Seabass Wingrove coming up with out number 1.
Who made that catch?
Sebastian Wingrove.
Thank you. Oh, dang it.
Swing and a miss.
This app hates me.
Well, I think you don't really have to focus so much on tagging every single play.
Okay, thanks for the pro tip.
Runner goes.
Strike. And
Not a bad throw down by Dixon, but that was an off speed by Kilman, and he had to duck behind the batter to get that throw. Veered off just a little bit to the left. And now CE with a runner in scoring position. Strikeout number 3 for Kilman.
that was a beautiful pitch.
Good control, right?
Had some good movement on it, too. I don't know what kind of pitch it was, don't ask, but it looked like it dropped at the end, and he swung right above it.
Little chopper in play. This one's going to be handled by the shortstop.
And he doesn't
Oh,
make the
throw
pick.
is off the mark, well above the first baseman's head. And batter will reach on air. Runner will score from third, and that is now 4-0 in favor of Competitive Edge. So that'll be number 8, Hudson H. for Competitive Edge at the plate. Very modest lead over at first.
He did a good job fielding it. Just couldn't make the throw. That's a bummer.
Yeah, you know, and there's always so much talk about how a shortstop is going to handle a chopper like that. You definitely don't want – you want to play the hop. You want to play through that hop, and you don't want to be subject to the spin coming off of a hop. And I feel like maybe he could have charged that one just a little bit better and got his momentum. Bunt is laid down. Throw over to first.
Oh, wow.
And
Did
that
he get
will
him?
be out.
Nice.
Number 3.
Nice stretch. Great stretch.
So Competitive Edge first base coach over there arguing that the first baseman took his foot off the bag as he stretched out. And I tell you what, that was Bryson Spear almost doing a complete splits out there. And I did not see his foot come off the bag, but I didn't have the best vantage point for it either. Nonetheless, out number 3, and MacNSeitz gets out of the inning, but not before Competitive Edge puts yet another run on the board, 4-0 in favor of them.
I have Isaac Dixon leading us off at this inning. Let's hope I'm right.
Well, I hope so.
And if I'm not, you're going to show me how to fix it.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Competitive Edge will stick with Ben H. up there on the bump. That is number 24. And MacNSeitz in the dugout looking to get something going here offensively.
Isaac is our catcher, correct?
Indeed he is.
Okay, good. That's why he's not out there yet. And we have Cooper on deck, who is swinging. So I think I'm right that Isaac is hitting.
It would appear so.
There he is. Yes. Victory.
And what a fantastic show of skill right there.
I mean, it is epic. Oh, bite me.
I tell you what, it couldn't be a prettier night for some summer baseball right now. Got just a little bit of a breeze going, not a cloud in the sky for the most part. And do hear that train that rolls by so frequently here.
I hear the train. I'm sorry.
It's coming around the bend.
By the way, it's not summer yet. We have a couple more weeks till it's officially summer.
Well, for the rest of the free world and school's out, it is summer for most. And Dixon starts off taking the first pitch for strike 1.
Oh.
So 2 pitches and 2 strikes, and 24 takes his time walking back up on the hill. So Dixon fouls that one, but they come up with the catch. That's going to bring up now Cooper McCown.
Run it out.
Ball in play. This one over to first base. And he legs that one out, folks. So a nice job by Cooper. And
do we call that a reach on air? I'm just going to give him the single.
no, yeah, I'd give him an infield single on that. And so that was handled by the first baseman, where pitch or second baseman has to cover. Pitch, I felt like did a relatively good job of making his way over to first, but McCown with some good legs right there legs that out.
Mm-hmm.
This is now Grant Warren, and so MacNSeitz back to the top of their lineup. We've got one down here and bottom of the third.
We could use some hits here, some bats. Some bats need to get going.
No doubt about it, and 2 pitches and 2 strikes. This is now Grant Warren again.
Oh.
And MacNSeitz consistently laying off of the curveball.
That pitch looked good. We might have dodged a strike 3 on that, but
it could have been just a bit outside.
Yeah,
but
it could have.
Obviously, nobody better to call those balls and strikes than the guys that are right there behind the dish. So no action out there.
Oh.
Runner goes. And shortstop does not come up with what was a pretty good throw from catch. And much to MacNSeitz' enjoyment right there as McCown comes up with a stolen base. That'll bring up number 4, Alex Kilman, to the plate. So he's looking to help himself out a little bit here. Pitcher of record, of course. Ooh, way out ahead in front on that one. And Ben H. starting with an off-speed right there on pitch number 1. So runner in scoring position right now. There are 2 down, and Kilman comes up with a nice piece of hitting right there. And that'll be good for a single. Competitive Edge doing a good job playing that ball in the outfield, getting it in quickly. And that'll put runners on the corners for number 2-7. That's Tucker Lee.
Come on, Tucker Lee. Let's go 2-7.
Looks like the umpires are conferring about something here real quickly, and I'm not sure exactly what that might be.
Coach is telling Tucker, send it for a ride, kids. Send it for a ride.
Sometimes when I see that the umpires are conferring about something like that just after a hit, it could have to do with player obstruction out in the base paths, and I'm not sure exactly what it was, but he's now conferring with the head coach for CE.
Looks like all is well. Game, keep going. Don't know what happened.
So not sure what the complaint was by Competitive Edge right there, but play resumes nonetheless.
Good eye, good eye.
And Lee takes one down for a ball on pitch number 1. Nice. I'm not supposed to, I'm going to cheer anyway. Go Tucker. So Lee up here early in the count, 2-0. Last at-bat, hit a pretty big knockout there. Screamer down the right side, but well foul, and now a 2-1 count. But had a pretty good knock in his first at-bat, just carried a little too much. We'll see if he's got a 2-out RBI opportunity right here. Oh, he was right on that curveball, man. He has a little smile and a head nod, and he gets back in. He's ready to go. So that'll be a full count now, and first time Ben H. has been in maybe just a little bit of trouble here. And they get Lee on that curveball. So that's going to be out number 3. MacNSeitz will leave 2 stranded, and the score still 4-0 in favor of Competitive Edge. Good-looking curveball right there. I felt like he was really on that second strike, and that third one. Just some real good action on the ball right there. So
yeah.
Hats off to Ben H. right there with some nice pitching to get himself out of that little bit of trouble. So MacNSeitz leaving a couple of base runners stranded here now in 2 different innings with opportunities to put some runs on the board. No small ball as of yet, so no bunts or anything like that coming from MacNSeitz, although we have seen Competitive Edge at least attempt trying to lay down 3 different bunts, putting 1 into fair play.
It's saying the stream health is poor on this app. Does that matter? Does it always say that?
We'll take just a small audio break here, folks. All right, folks. That is going to take us to top of the 4th here. And that's number 27, Norman H. for Competitive Edge leading off. Nice looking pitch right there by Kilman. Starts off with the first pitch strike.
That was beautiful.
Man, what a tough inning that last half inning. I thought we were in a good position. Lee had a screamer down at ball in play. This is over to third, and that's going to be out number 1.
Nice job.
So Parker from flat feet right there, all arm. Would have liked to seen him like play a little bit through that ball and use his momentum on that throw over to third. Maybe a little bit less taxing on that arm, but an out nonetheless.
I thought it was beautiful, just like the first pitch strike was beautiful. That's my word tonight. Beautiful. Thank you. You asked me to sit with you. This is what you get.
Pop up, out of play, and good hustle by catch. Looks like that is now Bryson Spear behind the dish. So started off with Isaac Dixon there, and as I said earlier, Bryson's had a little bit of arm issue, in particular, I believe, in his shoulder. And so they've been giving him a number of innings off. So a little surprised to see him back there. I know he's all over the coaching staff to
put him back in.
Put him back in. He just wants to play.
Oh, dang it.
And that one is a hit by pitch. That'll put a runner on for Competitive Edge. That'll bring up number 12, Tate A, to the plate. And MacNSeitz with 1 down here in the 4th inning. So you see that from a lot of, especially younger athletes, but I think all athletes that have that competitive nature about them, that they want to play, they want to help their team out in the position that they're most used to. Pop up, this is left side, pretty shallow.
Got it.
And that is going to be out number 2. So Kilman continuing to do a fantastic job up there on the bump.
Who's in left field? Can you tell?
I can't tell.
Okay.
Could be Grant Warren or it could be Mason Gallender. I'm not sure.
I think it's Mason.
And once again, you don't have to tag on.
I know, but
every
it asked
single
me
play.
to tag, so I tagged. I tried to tag.
It always has to tag, honey.
Thank you, honey.
And if you don't tag within a certain time frame, then it messes up the clipping anyway. So if you're not able to do it quickly, then there's really no point in doing it. So a quick review here. 1 runner on, first base, 2 down.
You're really not very friendly.
And now a 1-0 count. Rolls over on that one. Big chopper, strong side.
Who did I say it was out in left field? It's Mason. That's who I tagged. Well,
All right.
that's
I
who
think
it
that
is.
looks right. I think it's Grant Warren at short, Mason Gillender
So
in left. And
I might have tagged Grant. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it'll be okay. They could just text the tag to the other player. Oh.
And that one with a near miss. Now 2-1 count. So one of the indications when a hitter is actually rolling over is what you're going to see is a big chopping ground ball, typically to their strong side. And once again, that's exactly what we get.
Got him.
And that is out number 3. Parker Simons with 2 opportunities in that inning, coming up with both. But my goodness, really need to take a step in there and work through the ball, give his arm a little of a break. Now, I don't know if you recall, because you weren't at the last game, but I know you were watching live, was Mason actually, or not Mason, but Parker rather, had to actually come out of the game.
Because he hurt his arm?
Because he hurt his arm. And that happens quite often when you're throwing from flat ground and no real movement or body, no kinetic movement kind of going through.
I gotcha.
And stuff like that. And that's why I'm making that comment, because obviously having Parker in the game is certainly a benefit for MacNSeitz over there at third base. So MacNSeitz missing a good opportunity in their last at-bat with runners on the corners. We'll see if they can't finally get on the board here in bottom of the 4th.
There's still plenty of game left. If we get the bats going in this inning, we can turn this ship around.
No doubt about it. Competitive Edge looks like they go to a new pitcher out there, and you'll see that quite often in tournament play, where a pitcher will get 3 innings, and then they'll make an adjustment, and that is just based off of where they're going to be able to pitch and how many outs they can have in a specific weekend. And so this looks like it is going to be Tate A now up on the mound for Competitive Edge. Leading off, of course, for MacNSeitz here, Parker Simons. So that's a fastball coming in, 71 miles an hour.
That's
pretty
an FPB, first pitch ball.
Not a real thing, but
should be.
2 balls nonetheless, and Parker Simons.
It's a second pitch ball.
Kind of getting the tower buzzed right there.
He did get the tower buzzed. There, he straightened it out.
And a check swing. He goes around, not able to hold that one back, and
I think they just called it a strike. You think he check swinged?
Oh, he definitely did.
Check swung. Whatever.
No doubt about it.
In ball 3, inside, a little high, maybe inside and a little high.
Well, a ball nonetheless, and now 3-1 count for Parker.
That's a 4th pitch ball.
I hope someone's entertained as Parker draws a walk.
That's a first batter walk. First batter walk tonight.
And is this this is now Colston Colquitt.
Oh, we've got him.
So just press on him and then go to Colston Colquitt. So
he's not in the lineup. Colston is not on our list.
So you hit sub, and then you go Colston Colquitt, make the substitution, and then back.
Oh, you're so fantastic. And that was a ball. Look at that. We're ready to go. Oof.
And a close pickoff attempt over there at first base. Parker, one of the fleet feet guys on the lineup, and Colston Colquitt tend to be one of the better batters. Last tournament in, going yard, I think in the park, and I think a couple of triples as well. So he's been seeing the ball very well, and good to see him get here into the lineup.
You got the tower buzz again. We got another buzzing of the tower.
And that could be Tay just struggling with a little bit of control here early. I think if MacNSeitz can be a little bit patient and get a little deeper in the count, they'll get some better balls to hit.
Yep.
And once again, high.
Is buzzing the tower a phrase you came up with in honor of Top Gun, or is that a baseball-ism that lots of people use?
If you watch any baseball, you've probably heard that before. And Cole quit with a pop-up. This one's going to be handled by a shortstop, and that's going to be out number 1.
If you watch any baseball, bleh. Tough crowd. Tough crowd.
Indeed it is. And a tough score right now as a Competitive Edge enjoying a 4-0 lead. That's going to bring up Bryson Spear. Out ahead early on that off speed right there. You can kind of see oftentimes when a guy's out early, the weight shift is really what happens early. And so you'll see as they shift their weight from the back leg through to the front leg, he was all heavy out front.
And see, when I watched him swing that bat, I thought he was late.
Yeah, no.
On the pitch. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that.
And it's well, we can go back in and watch it again.
We can review it later at home tonight at midnight by the time we get home. Oh, no.
And pick off
get there. Yes! Nice job.
So a pickoff attempt by Tay over there at first base. Definitely would have had Parker, but he did the right thing as a base runner. And so if you're gonna get caught, you might as well just go. And so what that's going to predicate is you're going to have somebody make a throw, a catch, a throw, a catch to make that out. And he's able to make his way over to second as that ball caromed off the first baseman's glove. So Bryson now working with a 1-2 count. Just one down here and bottom of the 4th. Runner in scoring position.
Oh.
Fly ball. This one's going to be handled shallow center field. And that'll be out number 2.
Doggone it.
So MacNSeitz need to come up with the hits when the opportunities are there. Runner in scoring position. That brings up number 10. That is going to be Sebastian Wingrove.
See if we can get Sebastian to trade places.
See what Sebastian coming up with a nice single here in the in his first AB. Oh man, and he takes one off the doggone elbow,
Ow.
folks. I heard that one made my elbow hurt.
Ow, ow, ow.
And he walks down to first, taking it like a champ.
As I like to say, no step for a stepper.
And MacNSeitz asking for just a quick moment here, but
Owie.
that's one of those ones that when it hits the funny bone, not so funny when it's yours. But that is going to put 2 runners on for MacNSeitz both at second and first base, and this is going to be number 21, Paxton Crowther, at the plate. That first tournament, we were able to join everyone. Paxton had a fantastic performance out at the plate. End up with a strikeout look in here on his first at-bat, and I'm sure that's got to be sitting in his craw right here. So let's see if he can get a little 2-out rally going.
Sitting in his craw. That's a ball. That's a ball, folks.
And that's what I mean. Tate A's had quite a little bit of accuracy troubles here and there. Coming up with some really nice pitches, don't get me wrong. But I think if MacNSeitz can just be patient, we can draw some walks and get some guys on, and then get some hits when those opportunities are there. That's a foul tip on the last one. Good looking curveball.
Come on, Paxton. Oh, yeah.
And strike 3 looking. That is 2 in a row, and Paxton is not happy.
Got to shake that off. Got to run back out there and play some defense. Dang
No
it.
doubt about it. And, you know, that two-pitch, that two-strike approach is different for everybody. I know one of the things that I often see is guys tend to get a little bit of a wider stance. They kind of shorten up their grip a little bit and choke up on the bat and just looking to get that barrel on the ball, whatever the case may be. But no luck for MacNSeitz right there, leaving 2 more stranded, and now 4 innings, leaving runners stranded. Complete or competitive edge rather. Still working a shutout. Tell you what, Kilman's looked pretty good out there on the bump. A little shaky there in top of the first with a walk and a hit by pitch, but you know, a number of different issues there out in the field. Kind of a slow relay coming from the outfield leading to 1 run, but I think he's been coming up with a number of ground balls, which are the ones that you're really looking for. Some have scooted through the infield, and that's not something you really want to see as a pitcher. You want to be able to trust that defense behind you. And I tell you what, one of the things I really appreciate about Kilman is he doesn't let it bother him. A lot of these guys, you know, they see an error behind them out in the field, and then it eats them up. And so a lot of their energy then getting consumed by them worrying about something that really is just completely out of their control. And Kilman not doing that whatsoever. Now reviewing some of the pitch calls with Bryson Spear as obviously a new catcher kind of coming in. Obviously he caught the last inning, but just getting on the same page here early. So good job by Kilman calling his catch out. That'll be number 13 for Competitive Edge. This is the end of their lineup, Gavin S. And this is what we're seeing quite often. We're seeing a number of hits right off the end of the bat. And we're seeing either some shallow pop-ups or we're seeing some chop and ground balls. I'd like to see that left side kind of charge the ball just a bit more when those opportunities present themselves. Kilman missing on that one. Now 1-1 count. And Kilman continuing to find the zone right there. Now 1-2 count. And a little golf swing. This one's towering high. And Lee tracks that one down in right field. So out number 1. Got to say, I'm a little surprised Lee out in right field versus left or maybe center. But, you know, now that we have, doggone it, Colston Colquitt in the lineup. Colston doing such a good job out there in center field so often. Showing good range. This is the top of their lineup for Competitive Edge as Gavin V at the plate. And Kilman continuing to paint those corners, man. Working in and out, up and down, and going off speed and coming back with his four seam when he needs to. Kilman not making the same mistake twice there, coming up with that one, and he has a smile on his face. 2 down now here in top of the 5th. And that is definitely a beauty right there just above the knees. And that's going to be in your zone all day long.
And I'd like to pat myself on the back because I tagged Alex on that catch on the pitcher's mound. So thank you very much.
So that's a little administrative note there on the back end. Delana patting herself for a
It's the little things, Robert.
highlight clip that you folks can't see,
It's
but
the little things.
what a win. All right, Chopper over to shortstop.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
And he's going to leg that one out.
Dang it.
Throw not nearly in time. And this is what I was talking about here before that one came in, and that is our guys really need to do a much better job. If you're going to play deep like that, you don't have a cannon for an arm, you have to kind of play up, and you got to charge those choppers a little bit harder. He fielded the ball cleanly, clean transition from glove to hand, and good footwork, all that and everything. But the footwork is really at the beginning of it, and charging that would have been an opportunity for that easy third out. Let's see if Kilman's able to adjust here.
This is a big kid at the plate.
No doubt about it, and the last two have been. So that was Brody C. With that legging that one out on the last one, and now up at the plate is Mason H. Pickoff attempt. Runner back, no problem. So pretty healthy lead over there at first, and I like to see Kilman over there working it just a little bit. Good deal. Going back to him twice there. And so this is one of those new rules in the MLB. So after a second throw over to first base or any base, for that matter, on a pickoff attempt, if you do it a third time, it's an automatic base. And just not a big fan of that new rule. I know there are a number of folks disagree with me. And that's kind of what makes the world go around. But runner goes, and throw not quite in time. Fortunately, Spears' arm still looking okay, but now I see it. He starts circling that right wing there a little bit. And probably part of the reason why he's not really probably should not be working behind the plate. That one with a near miss right there. Now Kilman working on a 2-0 count. He missed outside right there, and I was behind on the count, but so was the scoreboard there, and you had it as a 3-0, huh?
Well, I was doubting myself because you said it was a 2-0 count. I know you're looking at the scoreboard's been behind on some of them, but I'm like the pickoff attempt or the throw out at second would have been the second ball. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He got the walk.
No doubt about it. And so that'll put runners on second and third. And so the last time this situation came up, CE actually laid a bunt down. And so, again, that creates a situation where who's charging, which way is the bunt going. But I got to tell you, I'd be surprised if this young man up at the plate is going to bunt. That's number 14, Caleb F. And, of course, he is swinging away. So batting in that 4-hole, you're not typically seeing your power cleanup hitters bunting.
Yes, and number 14 is a very big kid and can probably hit the ball to next year if he gets a hold of the right pitch.
No doubt, good sized young man right there, and as the top of the lineup and the heart of the lineup for competitive edge all seem to be of good size.
Good stature.
Pickoff attempt over there at second. Just trying to make sure he's not straying off the bag too far. And that's always important because when you get a nice single, somebody from second can easily score, especially if they've got a good secondary lead. They certainly get it. There's a delayed steal. And it doesn't matter because the strikeout was out number 3. So Kilman with 4 on the day.
Nice job. That was a beautiful pitch.
Now we just got to see MacNSeitz rally here and get a little run production behind Kilman, who's really, I believe, thrown a pretty good game here so far.
He's done a great job.
No doubt about it. And, folks, we're going to go on a short audio break here. All right. That is going to take us, folks, to bottom of the 5th, and leading off for MacNSeitz, number 79, Isaac Dixon. Yeah, I was talking with some of the players here over this past weekend, and one of the things they were talking about, we have a couple of travel tournaments coming up, going to play out in Omaha and here in a couple of weeks, and then we're going to be playing out in
St. Louis.
Sebastian Wingrove, hustling out there and scooping up the ball and throwing it back out the pitch. I'm not sure what Ketch thought about that one. I don't know. Ketch didn't look like he had any intention of going out there and getting that ball. So
Seabass just had his back.
well, it helps speed up the game a little bit.
Keep the game going. We got to score some runs here.
You know, one of the things I was talking about with these travel tournaments, the guys were like, "Oh man, you gotta do some interviews." Oh, wild pitch right there, and that one just coming out of the hand for I believe that's Tate out there, and just rolling off the fingertips wrong. What are you doing? Those are old lineups. Don't worry about them. So Dixon draws a walk, a leadoff walk right there.
I will
and
not tolerate this harassment.
MacNSeitz with a good opportunity here now. I don't know if small ball is really the way to go when you've got some heavy lifting to do down 4-0. But Cooper McCowan now up at the plate. This is the end of our lineup.
None of those 4 pitches were hittable, so I don't know if you call that small ball when you can't hit the ball, right? Like literally, they were all 4.
So small ball actually indicates when teams will actually lay down bunts. We'll try to do steals, hit and runs, and things like that to try to get something going.
Okay. I got you. I mean, I know what small ball means, but I was just wondering if it also meant like trying to hit the ball not small ball. Anyway, shut up. I'm done with you.
I didn't say a thing.
I know what small ball means.
Oh,
I don't like you anymore.
And this is one of those classic instances where do no wrong, but you are at fault.
That is 100% an inaccurate statement.
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to have to, if anybody's watching online, drop a comment here and let us know what you just heard.
For the record, I do know what small ball means. I just thought you used that phrase out of context because he couldn't hit the ball or bunt it, and it was a unhittable at bat. We can break up tonight. It's cool.
And that curveball down in the dirt. Good spin rate, but well short of the plate. And now McCowan with a full count. So Dixon still staying close to the bag. And a strike 3 call. MacNSeitz continuing to go down on strikes looking. And that is the 3rd or 4th one tonight here, folks.
Big sigh.
That's one of those things where it's like you just got to get the bat on the ball. But now 1 down. Dixon just barely 2 feet off the bag. And another wild pitch by Tate. So hats off to him battling back after some early struggles on that full count for a strikeout. MacNSeitz need to come up with just a little something here.
Oh, no.
So this is our leading off, or rather the top of the lineup, folks. Grant Warren at the plate.
That one pitch would have been a first pitch wild pitch, FPWP. I'm just going to make up acronyms.
And I'm going to keep looking out here over into the forest, dreaming of what's going on out there.
There's probably deer foraging in the forest looking for food.
Ball in play. This is going to be trouble for MacNSeitz. Could be a potential double play, and it is.
Dang it.
So competitive edge with a nice double play right there. That gets them out of the 5th inning, and this is going to take us to top of the 6th. Game's moving right along here, folks, and MacNSeitz just not coming up with the hits when we've had the right opportunities, and a number of different scoring opportunities, although I think we've only had 1 runner reach 3rd. So, and that is a particular inning right there where I felt like when you've struggled production-wise, you get your leadoff runner on base, and, unfortunately when your leadoff batter isn't exactly a speedster, it's one of those things, and catch behind a competitive edge has certainly shown the ability to be able to throw out a runner. But, you know, laying a ball down, and Cooper McAllen actually has pretty good speed. That would have been a great opportunity from a strategy standpoint. Lay something down that third base line. Let's get Dixon going on a hit and run, and let's try to get an infield single, and let's start trying to move some guys around. But
You know, I thought we'd had runners on the corners a couple of times, but maybe it was CE that also had them, and I was thinking about that. But I thought we had more than one runner on third, but I'm sure you're right.
well, and you know, I obviously not sitting
It's
here
not enough. That's for sure.
tracking those, you know, scoring opportunities. I know we've had runners on first and second a couple of times, and regardless, we've had runners on base and we've stranded them.
We've stranded them all.
So, yeah, and competitive edge still working on a shutout.
Well,
And so Kilman blanking competitive edge in innings 4 and 5. He'll continue to come out here into the 6th inning. That is, I think, one of the advantages of playing a doubleheader on Friday.
you get a whole day of rest. Yeah,
whole day of rest, and so you can bring back some of these pitchers. Although I doubt we see Kilman again, as this is here into the 6th inning. Not sure what his pitch count is at the moment, but cannot see him pitching on bracket Sunday.
Bracket Sunday. Let's see. Kilman is at 70.
Fly ball right side,
Oh, no.
and the second baseman does not come up with that one.
Doggone it.
So I said it a little bit here earlier in the broadcast, and if you just take a peek out here to the left side of the field, you can see where the shadows are all draping to the right across the infield, and so the sun is coming down left side, and that is trouble for those players on the right side. So that was Wingrove dropping that one.
Strike.
I will say he was backpedaling. I thought the right fielder had a good beat on it, but second baseman called him off, felt like he had it, and not sure exactly what happened, but it may have been lost in the sun. Runner goes. And the runner is up safe. So good pop time by Spear, but again, that arm certainly not 100%.
Counts 1-1.
This is popped up left side, and that'll be out of play. Yeah, Spear with good movement, you know, and quick feet. Certainly that ability to move left and right and block when necessary. Just unfortunate to see him having some arm issues here this season.
Yeah.
And a strike 3 call. That is number 5 on the day for Kilman.
We need like a sound effect for number 5. Wah, 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 wah.
We've got it. It's right here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to start pushing that button more. Maybe it'll get these kiddos going on the bats.
Well, I tend to push buttons all the time, but I get in trouble for that from time to time.
Well, that's an accurate statement. Oh, nice hit.
Nice stroke left side.
Got it.
And I
Nice.
tell you what, left fielder barely had to move a foot. As a hitter, that's always one of those ones that you're just like, oh my gosh, I wish I had that one back.
Was that Grant or Mason out there? What we decided it was Mason. We're going with Mason. I can't see. I need you have binoculars.
They're in the case right there.
Okay.
That'll be number 9, Brandon R. at the plate for competitive edge. Runner on second base.
No, that is McCowan out there. That's McCowan out in left field. Dang it.
Quit tagging people that you don't know who they
I'm just
are.
gonna stop tagging people. No more tags.
Tried huge monster lead over there at second base.
Come on, get him. Get him.
And a pass ball, that'll make the runner will advance with no contest. So 2-0 count. There are 2 outs. We're in top of the 6th. And Kilman looking to get out of this inning with no damage done. Starting off with a good-looking first pitch strike right there. Wow, not a first pitch strike. What am I talking about?
It's a third pitch. Pay attention,
Yeah,
sir.
2-0 count, right?
It's a 2-1 count.
Yeah, now it is. Now it's a 3-1 count. What do you got going on that phone over there?
Get with the program, sir.
You need to look up and watch the game.
Oh, my gosh. You know, we've been together too long to break up, but I'm considering it.
You know, it's been a good run.
It's been a good run.
And a little pop-up, this again to pitch. And Kilman, for the 3rd time tonight, handling a pop-up right back to him.
Somehow I missed.
So
oh, no.
MacNSeitz doing a good job out there on the bump. Just a couple of little mistakes out there in the field, and now only allowing 4 runs, but haven't put up anything just yet.
I've got this all messed up somehow. That was, this was saying we were batting in that whole inning. So how do I get back to we're hitting now? You can fire me if you want, but I'm free labor, so. Deep cleansing breath. It'll be okay.
How hard is this?
It's pretty hard, actually.
This is not hard. All you got to do is watch the game.
I did watch the game, and I hit the buttons, and the buttons didn't like me. So, what are you going to do?
All right, and so I don't know where we're at in your lineup either, so that's probably not right.
Oh, no, it's definitely not. We're number 4 is up. And I think that's Parker. Parker's up to bat.
No, Parker is number...
No, he's number 4, right there.
No, he's not.
Oh, that's 4th. I got you. 4th batter, not number 4. Thanks. Okay. We're back, folks. I'll try not to mess this up again. No promises.
And a pop-up. Catch is going to handle it. And that is off the glove. So Kilman will earn another opportunity.
That was close. He almost had that. It was a good effort by the catch.
He's up quickly on his feet, made his way back to the backstop, and tried to basket catch that one, but went right off the edge of the glove just here right in front of us. And so that's I don't know how many times we've seen that, but that's Tate A again up on the bump for competitive edge. And I don't know if maybe he would benefit from a little bit of a rosin bag or something like that, but he's had a number of pitches just kind of completely come clean out of the hand. But he's done a good job so far, combining efforts there with the starting pitcher and combining for a shutout here so far. Now 2-2 count to Kilman.
2-1 count.
Strike 3, drop third strike, but competitive edge scoops that up no problem, and that'll be out number 1.
You were right on that count. My bad.
It's okay. Just watching the game and doing what I can.
Oh, my God.
Love to bring this entertainment to everyone out there on YouTube and Twitter.
All 6 viewers tonight. That's right.
Joining us. And there you go again, denigrating.
Oh,
and a smash hit right there. And, oh, man, Lee frustrated, not able to get anything down. Just getting under the barrel, getting under that one. And competitive edge playing that one out in the field just right. So good knock there, and a little frustration from Lee, but that's going to give Parker his opportunity. Now 2 down.
You know, I know he's frustrated, but I think he's seeing the ball really well.
Oh, he's put the bat on
contact
bat
and-
great. We need to work on that bat plan a little bit, try to get that down just a bit. Parker showing some patience right here. Tate's had good action on his off speed here for the duration of his effort here on the hill. Ooh, runs that one back inside. Love to know that was his 2-seam. And throws an eephus pitch right there. All smiles, and pitcher and batter alike. So now full count. Parker looking to get something going here for MacNSeitz. That one missing inside. And whoever's running, yep, that'll be ball 4. So
I was going to say, dang it, that's ball 4, and I know it.
well, I tell you what, this is great opportunity now. We've got Parker on base, Colquitt at the plate. For the most part, it's been Lee and Colquitt hitting really well, and Lee not being able to make his way on base today. That ball gets away from catch, and he just slowly goes over to get the ball as Parker makes his way over to second uncontested. Sometimes it just starts with one, and if we can just get one right here, man, how exciting would that be?
That would be exciting. That was a little outside, but we're going to put the strike up on the board there.
That one just touching the black on the home plate there. Whew.
Whew. Nice.
This one right back over to shortstop,
Dang it.
and that is going to be out number 3. So competitive edge looking clean out there in the field. Still holding on to their shutout. Combined effort. Tay for working on the bump for them, and looks like MacNSeitz. I'm interested to see if Kilman's going to come out here for a complete game. How many pitches did you say you had last inning?
It was around 70 when I looked. So
Okay, yeah. So good pitch efficiency. I mean, making it out into 7 innings. This will be the final inning for us.
He's at 82.
82. Okay, so that's getting up there. That's maybe a little bit longer than what you're going to see some guys. And you know, it's interesting. Every player is a little bit different. I don't think you can get too caught up on pitch count. It's something certainly that we like to, because it's just another piece of data to kind of look at as far as the wear and tear on an arm. And so here's something that is, I think, maybe should be for consideration, and that is that Kilman has been working behind the dish quite a bit when Spear has been out with this arm injury. And I would certainly not like to see Kilman pitch a complete game and then go work behind the dish in the next game. So I'd like to see that arm get just a little bit of relief there. So I'll be interested to see what happens there in game number 2. And folks, that'll be coming up right after this game. That'll be against the Midwest Rays right here at the Capital Federal Sports Complex right in Liberty, Missouri, playing on Memorial Field all night long. We'll close things out, close up the park here just a little bit later tonight. Of course, this is pool play game number 1. This will affect the seeding for bracket play. 12 teams competing. I forgot to look to see if there are 2 brackets, and I believe there are going to be 2 brackets. There's typically the upper bracket and then the consolation bracket. Let's take a quick look here and see what kind of brackets we got. Yep, certainly are. Bracket A, bracket B. And so different names, you'll oftentimes hear the athletes talk about winner's bracket, loser's bracket, but there just aren't enough fields and not enough umpires, not enough time to get through all these brackets. And so, what USSSA will often do is they'll have the two different brackets and try to seed all the teams that are most competitive with one another. And that ball just coming out of the glove of Spear there. That'll be ball number 1. That is number 12. That is Tate A at the plate. Little pop-up. And Sebastian Wingrove coming up with the pop-out. So certainly shortstop and second base kind of calling for that. Oftentimes you'll see the shortstop kind of takes more of a commanding control there, but Wingrove held the ground strong and made the call out. So that'll be now Ben H., and he was the starting pitcher today for Competitive Edge. Oof. He rips that one down left side. Foul territory. And so Kelman. Is that an 0-1 count? Or a 1-1 count?
It's an 0-1 count.
Yeah, I thought it was 0-1 count.
It's 0-1.
I don't know who's
0-2 count now. That's right, 0-2.
Running that scoreboard over there, but I think they've been tipping back on Grandpa's cough syrup.
I think it might be a small child, so you might maybe want to come up with a different.
Well, hopefully that's not the case then. But you could see how he'd get way off base if he did.
Maybe he's drinking too much pop. All the fizz gone to his brain. Ooh, nice one.
One too many energy drinks?
Maybe.
Isn't that kind of what they do? They kind of like speed up to slow down? Now 1-2 count. Foul out of territory. And Kilman continuing to look good up there. Doesn't seem to be showing any signs of real fatigue. And so while he's getting up a little higher in the pitch count. Fly ball, this is going to be center field. Colston Colquitt coming up with that one for out number 2. So that'll be the end of the Competitive Edge batting order. This is number 13, Gavin S. at the plate. So MacNSeitz blinking Competitive Edge here in the last 3 innings, but obviously Competitive Edge getting out there to an early lead, scoring 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and then 1 again in the third. Deep fly ball. This one is going to be handled once again by Colston Colquitt. That is out number 3, and man, what a fantastic pitched game by Kilman. Complete game right there. MacNSeitz will have this last half inning. This is going to be their last opportunity to make a go of it.
So they play 7 regardless of time. It ends at 7 innings.
It will.
Got it.
And so,
if we, yeah, I got you.
Yep. And so, and interesting in pool play, if MacNSeitz were to come up with 4 runs, the game would actually end
in a tie.
And in a tie.
Yeah.
And so. That's interesting. I think the last tournament that we played in, there were actually 4 teams that ended up with a tie. And
wow.
Obviously, you got 2 teams playing against each other, so that's 2 tie games out there in pool play.
I love to see that Bryson Spear is up to bat, and that is what my app shows. Thank you.
Well, I think after that last debacle, I think any kind of pat on the back and when something's going right, certainly justified.
I tell you what, on the next game,
You do this, and I'll run the cameras.
Oh.
Because I've watched some of your games.
Whatever you like, my dear. Whatever you like.
I'll tell you. I'm like, oh, I missed the play. He didn't switch the camera. And I'm yelling at you. And you can't hear me because I'm not next to you.
Saving grace, though that is, and that'll bring up Bryson Spear to the plate.
Oh.
Ooh. And for the second time tonight, Tay with a hit by pitch.
And it looks like the catch got a ricochet there on his hand, shaking it off.
Yep.
Ouch.
And home plate umpire doing a great job walking out and giving catch just a moment here. You'll see that kind of as a class act and a good baseball tradition. Those catchers get beat up there behind the dish so often, and young pitcher, of course, up there not really as schooled in that length of play and whatnot, but looks like catch is doing okay, and play will resume. So with an all too important leadoff, Bryson Spear getting on base. And so that's going to bring up number 10, Seabass Wingrove. So Spear now edging out a little bit further. And pickoff attempt by Tate.
We've not stolen many bases tonight.
Well, and I don't know if you've seen the size of this catcher behind the plate, but
he is a beast.
He's thrown out 2 of our guys so far tonight.
Yep.
We've had 1 stolen base. And another wild pitch by Tate. Spear almost asleep at the wheel, but he's able to make his way out there to second base. Why are you shaking your head?
I don't think he was asleep at the wheel. He might not have been able to see the ball with the sun in his eyes or something.
Well, I love that
optimism.
Benefit of the doubt there. Kind of shows your growth mindset.
Oh, that's right.
And who knows, you may learn how to use this app yet.
I doubt it. The chances aren't looking
good. And that growth mindset right down the tubes.
There it went.
Ooh, good looking cut right there. Now full count. Anything close.
Got to protect the plate. Got to get the runner around. Let's go. Let's go. Okay.
Ball in play. This one over to third. And I tell you what, from a base running standpoint right there, you pause, but you don't tend to work back towards the bag. And so if you pause, then at the point of release,
you could run to third.
You try to run to third. But, I mean, we've got some heavy lifting to do here, so why try to risk, a risky play? And so not necessarily poor base running by Spear out there. So Paxton Crowther going down twice tonight on strikes looking. Certainly frustrated in this last one. I got to tell you, he's due, and he's got a good-looking swing. I think he can do that right here.
I like that growth mindset.
All about it. Working every day. Super hard on it.
Oh, good eye. Whew, that was close.
Certainly was, and Tate doing a good job challenging that outside corner, but missing. Paxton Crowther, yes.
You said Tate, that's the pitcher, sorry. Got it.
And Crowther battles that one off.
I'm trying to learn everyone's names.
It takes a little while.
It does. And I missed last tournament because I was out of town, but every tournament I get a little better at who is whom. Oh, dang it.
And Crowther down swinging.
We've got Isaac Dixon up now.
And so that's 2 down. And so MacNSeitz down to their last out. I tell you what, for seeding purposes and things of that nature, only allowing 4 runs doesn't put you in terrible shape. Obviously, the biggest things that they look at are wins and losses. After that, then it's runs allowed. And so only allowing 4 runs here doesn't put them in terrible shape even with that loss. if MacNSeitz is not able to come up with something here late.
I think I'm going to give this phone to you so I can go get food for my child whose game is going to end here shortly.
So Dixon fouls that one off, and so now 1-2 count. Spear on second base. Modest lead. Shortstop working back and forth in between. Bag and the runner. And Dixon with another ball. That'll make it now a 2-2 count. So Tate shaking off catch on the first signal. And a little blooper. This one right side, but foul territory, and first baseman not able to come up with that one. So Spear will have to head back over to second. And now Dixon back in the box. Wild pitch, that one down in the dirt. Tate taking a look back over to his dugout. Now full count. And Dixon continuing to battle with a quality AB right here. Seven pitches in, and we'll see if he can't win that battle. Be good to see MacNSeitz get something on the board here. Puts the ball in play. This one will be handled by short. And good footwork by the third baseman. That'll be out number 3, and that will do it for us here in our first pool play game. So competitive edge coming up victorious, 4-0, and a combined shutout by Ben H. and Tate A. But Alex Kilman doing a fantastic job for MacNSeitz up there on the bump. Just a couple of errors behind him, leading to some of those runs. But 5 strikeouts on that effort. And then MacNSeitz will be back up again here shortly, probably about 15-20 minutes. Once again here at the Capital Federal Sports Complex of Liberty, playing on Memorial Field. And folks, thanks for joining us here. Please leave a comment or make sure that you like our video if you've been able to watch it back or watch us live. Thank you guys for joining us. Good luck to Competitive Edge and the rest of the tournament. And we'll see everybody else back here shortly. Again, that matchup is slated for an 8 o'clock start, so 7:30 right now. I don't know if these umpires will try and start us early or not, but we will go live at the point that we need to. Thanks again for watching.